cold weather can actually affect you as far as your joints and your arthritis is concerned.
There is an AccuWeather forecast that will predict how much your arthritis will bother you by the temperature. And for every 10-degree drop in temperature, people will see a noticeable discomfort in their joints.
In your field, when you practice in an area such as southeastern North Carolina, where our weather, and Gannon would back me up on this, up and down. I mean, we had 2 days where it was frigid, now we're getting back into the 60s. Do you see a lot of people come in where their physical being just swings with the weather like that?
So again, you know, you hear a lot of patients say that. But when it's studied, and there have been a couple of studies where they hand out surveys in different cities. So there was one big study out of Tufts University that did surveys in San Diego, Nashville, Boston, and Framingham. And it turned out that people in San Diego complained more about the weather changes than in Boston.
And everybody says San Diego is the place to be.
Meet Margaret. She's 85 years young. And while most of us see a brutal New York snow day as an excuse to stay glued to the couch, she's out here crushing a winter hike. So what's her secret? How is she moving so freely when the cold makes most of our joints scream in protest? It's not a magic pill or just a lucky roll of the genetic dice. It's generations of family wisdom. These are the powerful, time-tested secrets Margaret uses to manage her stiff, aching joints. If you want to find real comfort this winter, she's going to share those secrets with you. In this video, we will cover 4 hacks Margaret swears by. 1. Embrace the power of warmth. 2. An anti-inflammatory kitchen. 3. Gentle motion is the best lotion. 4. The power of gear and a supportive environment. Before we begin, let us know in the comments where you're watching from and your age. And here's a question for you. What's the one joint that gives you the most trouble when the temperature drops? Let's get into the hacks. The first hack, embrace the power of warmth. Margaret's first secret comes straight from her grandmother, and it's beautifully simple. You've got to fight the cold with warmth, inside and out. Now, that might sound obvious, but how you do it can be the difference between a day of painful stiffness and a day of feeling great. See, when it gets chilly, our blood vessels tighten up, and that slows down blood flow. For joints that are already a little cranky and inflamed, that just means more pain and stiffness. The trick is to be proactive about it, not reactive. Don't wait for that deep ache to set in during a Boston winter. Margaret starts and ends every winter day with a dose of heat. In the morning, it's a warm bath or a long shower to get everything moving. As she says, it's like oiling a stiff hinge before you need to use it. Then at night, she'll use a simple heating pad on her back or knees while she reads a book. This steady, gentle heat helps her muscles relax and quiets down that deep, nagging inflammation. But it's not just about putting heat right on the sore spots. It's about keeping your whole body wrapped in a cocoon of warmth. Her mother's golden rule was layers, layers, layers. She won't leave home without thermal leggings, wool socks, a scarf, and especially gloves. Keeping your hands and feet toasty helps your whole body's circulation stay up to snuff, which stops that bone-deep chill from ever settling in. And here's a pro-level twist. Sometimes you need to use cold, too. If a joint is really swollen and angry after a long walk, Margaret will use a cold pack on it for 15 minutes. This numbs the pain and takes down the swelling right away. Then, an hour or so later, she'll switch back to heat to bring back blood flow and comfort. It's a simple rhythm to remember. Cold for new pain, heat for old stiffness. It's a powerful way to manage flare-ups without reaching for a pill bottle. The second hack, an anti-inflammatory kitchen. Margaret's second hack happens right in her kitchen. She's a huge believer that what you eat can either fan the flames of inflammation or help put them out. This isn't about some crazy diet. It's just about making smart choices that help your joints from the inside. Let's be honest, we're surrounded by foods that can pour fuel on the fire of inflammation. You know the culprits: processed meals, sugary drinks, and all that white bread. Margaret's family taught her to steer clear of those, especially during a long winter in Chicago. Instead, she fills her plate with foods that actively fight back. Her main weapons of choice are foods loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which are famous for their anti-inflammatory power. That means salmon and other fatty fish, plus a handful of walnuts or a sprinkle of flax seeds on her morning oatmeal. Her grocery cart is also a rainbow of color. She loads up on dark, leafy greens like spinach and kale, which are packed with antioxidants. And she makes sure to get brightly colored berries, cherries, and plums every single day, whether they're fresh or frozen. These fruits are loaded with natural compounds that help calm down inflammation, kind of like nature's own little support team, and they taste great too. Then there's her spice rack, which she calls her other medicine cabinet. The MVP is turmeric. She adds a spoonful to her soups and stews, and even puts it in warm milk with a pinch of black pepper, which helps your body absorb it better. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerhouse anti-inflammatory that's been proven to help with pain. And of course, garlic and onions, the foundation of almost every good winter meal, are in there for their joint-protecting benefits. Finally, she never forgets to hydrate. It's easy to get dehydrated in the dry winter air, and that can lead to muscle cramps and stiffer joints. Margaret keeps a pitcher of water on her counter all day long. It's a simple visual cue to keep sipping and make sure her joints stay lubricated. This isn't a quick fix, but a long-term play that lowers your body's overall level of inflammation, making you way less likely to have a bad pain day. The third hack, gentle motion, is the best lotion. It's a common saying that a resting joint is a rusting joint. When you're sore, the last thing you may want to do is move. But the real secret isn't to stop moving. It's to change how you move. Many people get caught in a vicious cycle during winter. The cold hurts, so they stop moving. But moving less makes you stiffer and weaker, which just leads to more pain. You can break that cycle by choosing low-impact exercises that make the muscles around your joints stronger. Think of those muscles as your body's personal shock absorbers. The stronger they are, the less pressure is on your joints. One of the best winter activities is swimming in a heated pool. The water supports your body, so there's zero impact, but it still provides gentle resistance to build strength and flexibility in a way that's almost impossible on dry land if you're in pain. On days you're home, you can do Tai Chi or a gentle chair yoga routine. Both are perfect because they focus on slow, flowing movements that are amazing for balance and flexibility without any jarring motions. And, of course, there's walking. Even if it's not a full-on hike, it's important to make a point to move. If it's too icy outside, you can walk at an indoor mall, or just do laps around your house. And when you do hit the trails, consider using Nordic walking poles. They can be a total game changer, giving you stability and spreading the effort between your arms and legs, taking a huge amount of strain off your knees and hips. The most important part of all this? Always warm up first. Spend at least 10 minutes doing gentle stretches before any activity. It gets the joints ready for what's next and makes them way less likely to get stiff or injured. The final hack, the power of gear and a supportive environment. Margaret's practical side really comes out with this hack. It's all about using the right tools and tweaking your surroundings to make life easier. And she's a huge believer that there's zero shame in using a few tools to help you stay active and safe. This starts with her gear. We already talked about layers, but she also sometimes uses compression gloves. They give a gentle squeeze that reduces swelling in her hands, making it easier to grip her walking poles or just do things around the house. Her home is also set up for winter wellness. She keeps the house at a steady, warm temperature and uses draft stoppers to keep the cold from creeping in. When you're in a cold house, your muscles tense up without you even realizing it, making everything stiffer. She also has a few simple tools for exercising at home. A stationary bike is perfect for a low-impact workout when the weather is just too miserable to go outside, and she keeps light resistance bands handy. She'll do simple leg lifts or bicep curls while watching TV, which is an easy way to keep those protective muscles strong. Safety is also huge. A fall during a harsh Denver winter can be a disaster. Margaret has non-slip rugs in her house, And for going out on icy days, she has grippers that slide right over her boots for extra traction. This hack is all about removing the obstacles that winter throws at you. It's about admitting your body has to work a little harder when it's cold and giving it the support it needs. Whether it's walking poles or just a warm blanket, these things aren't signs of weakness. They're smart tools that empower you to live a bigger life with less pain. All right, let's recap the 4 brilliant hacks Margaret shared with us. First, fight the cold before it starts by embracing warmth with layers, heating pads, and warm baths. Second, fill your kitchen with anti-inflammatory foods like colorful fruits, veggies, and healthy fats, and cut back on the sugary, processed stuff. Third, remember that gentle motion is lotion. Keep moving with low-impact exercises like swimming, tai chi, or just a good walk. And fourth, use supportive gear and a warm environment to make life easier and safer. And really, all 4 of these tips are wrapped up in one powerful idea, which you could call the ultimate secret: your mindset. It's the belief, passed down through her family, that you are not a victim of the weather. You have the power to take control of your own comfort and health. Winter doesn't have to be a season you just endure. By weaving these simple, powerful habits into your life, you can face the cold with confidence, just like Margaret. You can protect your joints, dial down the pain, and keep doing all the things you love. If you found these tips helpful, please subscribe to our channel for more advice on living your best life. We would love to hear from you in the comments. What are your go-to secrets for beating winter joint pain? Let's share our wisdom, because your best trick could be exactly what someone else in our community needs to hear. Thanks for watching, and here's to a comfortable, active winter.